Every single month, you keep just one of these hidden money habits. You're silently losing $5,000 that could be building your future. If you think that's an exaggeration, let's break down the exact math most people miss. Studies show 1 out of every 3 Americans can't even handle a $400 emergency. And it's not because they don't earn enough. If you're ever frustrated, wondering why some people keep climbing ahead while you feel like you're stuck in neutral despite how hard you work, stick with me. There's a set of 11 silent financial traps. Most of them you won't hear real experts explain that quietly pull millions into paycheck-to-paycheck living, regardless of income, background, or even how disciplined you try to be. And the wild part, fixing even just one flips your financial script for good. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which habits are secretly draining your wealth, practical examples of ordinary people escaping them, and the specific action steps to get started right now. Ready to see which money leak shocked even me after reviewing over 1,000 real budgets? Let's get into it. Welcome to Money Masters. I'm John, and if you've ever walked into a coffee shop, restaurant, or a busy retail store, you're surrounded by a live demonstration of what makes or breaks people's financial destinies. Watch closely. It's not just about salary, age, or even hard work. It's a clash of unconscious behaviors, daily choices, and small decisions you don't even realize you're making. Here's the real shocker. According to a Federal Reserve study, nearly 1 in 3 Americans couldn't cover a $400 emergency expense. That's more than 80 million adults who would struggle if their car needed repairs or a medical bill showed up. That $400 is less than the average monthly car payment in the United States. Yet for millions, it's a looming disaster. If you've ever felt that stomach drop when an unexpected bill arrives, you're not alone. And it's not just a problem for low-income workers. It cuts through all backgrounds, education levels, and job titles. But here's what most people miss, and what I see in hundreds of real-life coaching clients. It's not just about income. I've met people earning $30,000, $60,000, and even $150,000 a year who all live with the same low-grade money anxiety. And I've seen clients with average incomes who are stress-free, sleeping easy, and everywhere they want to be financially. So what separates those who break free from those in lifelong financial stress? It's not luck. It's not privilege. It's something more subtle and powerful. Daily decisions that silently compound into money traps or money freedom. The patterns you repeat each day become habits, and those habits shape your entire financial future. Most people, though, are blind to the habits holding them back. They'll blame the economy, their boss, or just not earning enough. Yet the real causes, the ones I'm about to walk you through, are hiding in plain sight. Today, I'm breaking down the 11 most common wealth-destroying money habits, matched with real-life case studies from viewers and coaching clients, so you can spot them in your own life and learn how to flip the script. Starting this week, some of these will surprise you. Others may feel painfully familiar, but every one of them is changeable with the right plan and the right mindset. Remember, this video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute individualized financial advice. Please consult a licensed advisor for personal recommendations. Chapter 1. No clear financial direction. Let's start with the single biggest predictor of future money success. A chapter that sounds almost too simple, direction. Imagine planning a cross-country road trip without a GPS, a map, or even knowing your destination. Sounds crazy, right? Yet most people do exactly this with their money. They earn, they spend, sometimes they save, but there's no clear end goal. That means every purchase, every career decision, every overtime shift feels arbitrary. There's no filter for what matters. Here's a tiny tweak that changes everything. Set a specific date-driven goal. I want to pay off $6,000 in credit card debt in the next 18 months. Or, I want $15,000 saved as a house down payment in 2 years. Suddenly, small choices come with a razor-sharp question. Does this move me closer? Or push me further away? Mini case study. Mike, a viewer from Idaho, was cruising through life with a good salary, but no targets. After he wrote down a single goal, being debt-free before 35, he began asking that filter question with every online impulse buy. In 2 years, he zeroed out $14,500 in balances and finally started investing. Progress marker. That's the first critical mind shift. Now, what about preparation for the unexpected? Chapter 2. No emergency fund for life's surprises. Statistically, you're either part of the one-third unable to cover a $400 surprise, or you know someone who is. Cars break, appliances fail, life disrupts us all. Yet most treat these expenses as black swans, not budgeting for them at all. When the unexpected happens, people end up reaching for a credit card, borrowing from family, or ignoring the problem, which just makes it worse. Here's what the evidence shows. Families with even a modest $1,000 emergency fund are far less likely to rack up credit card debt or need payday loans. Mini case study. Sarah, a 29-year-old teacher, set up a simple savings account with $50 a month going in automatically. It took her 18 months to reach $1,000. But the next time her car broke down, she avoided a pile of credit card interest and all the stress that comes with emergency borrowing. Micro CTA. If you've ever faced a $400 emergency you couldn't cover, drop a fire emoji in the comments. I want you to see you're not alone. Curiosity loop. But covering surprises is just step one. The next pattern is even sneakier, and most never see it coming. Chapter 3. No spending plan. Budgeting blindness. Would you run a business without tracking income or expenses? Of course not. But millions treat their personal finances exactly this way, coasting through each month on BOBs and rough estimates. The result? You get paid, you think your purchases are reasonable, and whoops, all your money is gone 2 days before payday. There's always a mystery leak, and it adds up fast. Without tracking, you'll miss dozens of small expenses. $5 coffees, impulse grocery buys, subscriptions you forgot you had. They can siphon off $200, $400, even $600 a month without you ever noticing. Visual data anchor? Just $7 a day in invisible spendings is $2,555 a year. Money that should be compounding for you. Source: Bureau of Labor Statistics, 2023. Mini case study. Anita, a nurse, tracked every expense for just 30 days. She found $186 a month going to subscriptions, snacks, and rideshare she didn't need. That's over $2,200 a year back in her pocket, simply from being aware. Progress marker. That's why budgeting works. Clarity equals control. Up next, are you living for today and ignoring tomorrow? Chapter 4. Living only in the present moment. It's tempting to justify splurges with life is short. And I get it. Enjoying today is important. The trouble starts when you pretend tomorrow isn't coming, spending as if your future self doesn't exist. This present bias means chasing dopamine hits today, letting your long-term security slip away. Balance is the key. Not all restriction, not all hedonism. Mini case study. Jason, a 32-year-old sales rep, spent every bonus on new gadgets and weekend trips. When he finally mapped his future retirement needs, he realized every $300 joy purchase cost him almost $2,000 in missed investment growth over a decade at 8% average annual return. One small mindset shift, treating every big spend as competing with future goals, flipped his habits for good. Curiosity loop. But maybe you're thinking, what's the harm in a few indulgences? The next habit exposes exactly why small leaks sink big ship. Chapter 5. Expensive Everyday Habits. The $30,000 Smoke. $800 lunches and more. Some habits are sneaky budget destroyers. Not flashy, not obviously destructive, just deeply ingrained. Take cigarettes. A daily pack runs roughly $250 a month. That's $3,000 a year, $30,000 in a decade. Not even counting investment growth lost. Factor in restaurants or daily takeout. Eat lunch out every weekday at $12 average. That's $240 a month or $2,880 a year. Add dinners. Now you're hitting $500 to $800 a month, up to $9,600 annually. Money that disappears, never seen again. Visual data anchor. Running 10 years of $250 a month into an S&P 500 index fund at 8% annual return yields approximately $46,000. Source: Vanguard Calculator. Mini case study. Priya did no-spend meal prepping for 30 days and cut her restaurant spending from $650 to $220 a month. By year's end, she'd save $5,160. Enough to max her Roth IRA 2024 limit, $7,000 under age 50. Micro CTA. Which single money habit cost you the most in the last year? Be honest, drop it in the comments, and let's learn from each other. Pattern break and shareability moment. Tiny money leaks add up to a fortune lost. Starting today. Curiosity loop. And yet there are even bigger drains most people miss because they seem so normal. Chapter 6. Confusing good debt with bad debt. Not all debt is created equal, but most people treat all borrowing as the same. Good debt is leverage, however, for appreciating assets or income generation. Think student loans for valuable degrees, a business loan that multiplies profits, or a mortgage on a rental property. Bad debt is borrowing for depreciating stuff, credit card vacations, car loans for luxury models, or electronics that drop in price the moment you open the box. $10,000 at 18% credit card interest compounds to over $18,419 in just 5 years if only minimum payments are met. Source: Bankrate. The real danger: bad debt often lets you buy things you can't truly afford, stretching your budget, raising your stress, and crowding out any chance of investing for your future. Mini case study. James, earning $70,000 a year, kept rolling over $5,500 in card balances for years, paying hundreds in interest monthly. After switching to only using cash and paying off his highest interest debt first, the avalanche method, he slashed $2,300 in annual interest payments, plus bought himself priceless peace of mind. Progress marker. Debt's role is either to accelerate your progress or quietly kill your momentum. But what about the habits that go deeper than dollars and cents? Chapter 7. Spending to impress. The image trap. Let's get real. Many purchases aren't about need or even want. They're about appearance. It's shopping for status, not substance, and new watches, luxury cars, designer labels. Not because you need better timekeeping or transportation, but because you want to look successful. Marketers know this. Social media shows us the highlight reel. The problem: chasing the right image drains wealth, not builds it. Warren Buffett drives a used car, wears off-the-rack suits, and sits on billions. The truly wealthy buy freedom, not status. Mini case study. Maria, a social worker making $58,000, realized she was spending $450 a month on fashion and car upgrades after every friend group event. When she cut back to once-a-quarter treats, she freed up over $3,000 to $500 a year. Money now invested in a 529 college plan for her son. Curiosity loop. The next habit is the most counterintuitive. Flip one switch, and your wealth building automates itself. Chapter 8. Paying yourself last instead of first. The default money script is simple. Earn. Pay bills. Spend. Hope something's left to save or invest. Problem. There's almost never anything left. Parkinson's law shows expenses expand to fill income always. Wealthy people reverse this before any bill is paid, before groceries are bought. A fixed amount moves straight into savings or investment. Automate it. If you always pay yourself first, you build wealth on autopilot. Mini case study, Jessica, a freelancer with lumpy income, started automatic $100 transfers to her Roth IRA every month. Right after each payment hit, even in lean months, she stuck to it. 5 years on, she had $7,000 in savings, plus the habit muscle to double down when her income grew. Micro CTA. Screenshot this auto transfer setup and try it yourself this week. You'll be amazed how fast your habits change. Pattern break. Let's do a practical walkthrough. Open your banking app. Set up an auto transfer, even $25 per paycheck. Your future self and your stress levels will thank you. Now, as habits lock in, the next danger is paralyzing risk aversion. Chapter 9. Letting fear kill all growth opportunities. Some people spend recklessly, others freeze with caution. They keep money in low-yield savings, terrified of risk, unaware that inflation shaves off more than they earn. Data. Average savings account yields 0.45% APY. Inflation over 2022 to 2023 averaged above 4%. A net loss of buying power. Successful investors don't eliminate risk, they manage it. Index funds, proper diversification, emergency funds. These are your buffer. The riskiest thing is to never invest, letting inflation quietly erode your hard-earned cash. Mini case study, Lee, age 41, spent a decade parking his $20,000 savings in cash for safety. When he finally studied index funds and put half into a basic S&P 500 ETF, that $10,000 grew to $22,000 over the next 7 years, compared to barely $800 in a traditional savings account. Curiosity loop. We're not done yet. Most people forget the single biggest driver of wealth expansion. Chapter 10. Stuck in the single income trap. Too many people think raising salary is their only path. But the big leap comes from building multiple income streams. Wealth is time leveraged. Rental properties, dividend stocks, small side businesses, licensing ideas, online content. These income sources pay you while you sleep, travel, or focus elsewhere. Data anchor, according to the IRS. Nearly 38% of millionaires report at least 3 income streams. Mini case study, Jorge, a customer service rep, started a weekend drop-shipping side hustle. After 11 months, he earned an extra $6,800, which he rolled into index funds. That's his third income stream and his ticket to faster financial independence. Progress marker. Only one habit left, and it's the most underestimated of all. Chapter 11. Stopping financial education at graduation. Most people learn basic money management, if at all, in their teens or early 20s, and then that's it. They coast for years, making decisions based on outdated rules or the loudest influencer online. But the financial landscape keeps changing. Tax laws, new investment vehicles, higher education return on investment, even digital currencies. If you stop learning, you're falling behind. Mini case study, Jenny, 50, realized her old mutual fund wasn't keeping up. After reading The Simple Path to Wealth and researching low-fee index funds, she shifted her portfolio, saving $1,200 a year in fees, and growing her retirement fund 20% faster. Micro CTA. What's the last money book, podcast, or website you found genuinely useful? Drop your recommendations in the comments. I'm always looking for new sources, too. Banner disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute individualized financial advice. Please consult a licensed advisor for personal recommendations. Pattern break. Personal anecdote. I used to think working harder was the answer to everything. But every year, the gap between income and savings didn't budge, until I realized my old money autopilot was set all wrong. The first time I really tracked every expense and set a fixed target for investments, even small wins felt like breakthroughs. Progress marker. Here's the key, and it's wildly important. You do not need a perfect financial overhaul. Tiny, consistent changes win every single time. Let's break down the step-by-step action plan for breaking these habits. Quick recap. Those are the 11 silent wealth destroyers passing through most people's lives. Often unnoticed, always powerful. They span from aimless spending to status chasing, or from fear-driven to saving to missing out on learnings. But each is a window for change, no matter your income or background. Small, targeted tweaks, consistently applied, drive real results. Action steps. Here's exactly how you get started. First, this week, pick just one habit you recognize from the list, write it down, and set a concrete goal. For example, I am building a $1,000 emergency fund in the next 6 months, or I am tracking every expense for 30 days. Implement the micro action. Open a dedicated savings account. Download a free budgeting app like Mint or YNAB, or set the first automated transfer. Even if it's only $25, over the next 30 to 90 days, track your progress. Use your favorite spreadsheet or journaling method. Check your balances monthly and celebrate every small win. Paying down one credit card, trimming $50 from your subscription stack, or making your first investment over 6 to 12 months. Revisit and layer in new habits. Expand into a second income stream. Update your financial knowledge with a book or verified YouTube resource. Or meet with an advisor for a full review. Tools I recommend. Start with Mint or YNAB for tracking. Open a high-yield savings account at an FDIC-insured institution, Ally, Capital One, Marcus. And look at beginner investment platforms like Vanguard or Fidelity for long-term growth. Timeline promise. You'll notice your stress drop within the first 1 to 2 months of having genuine emergency, savings, and a real spending plan. Building real wealth takes years, but smart habit changes show results in weeks, and breakthroughs compound. The more you automate, review, and learn, the faster the trajectory improves. CTA Tier 1. One last thing, comment below with the #1 habit you're committed to working on this month. Our Money Masters community thrives on sharing real goals and wins. CTA Tier 2. Screenshot or write down today's habit checklist. And share the video with someone you know who's still stuck in at least one of these traps. The more people we pull into smart habits, the easier it is for all of us to win. CTA Tier 3. Subscribe for more deep dives on breaking bad money cycles. Plus, don't forget to grab the free PDF checklist. 10 wealth-destroying habits to eliminate this year. The download link is in the description and pinned comments. If you want my breakdown of index fund picks and step-by-step investment basics, watch my next video. Final disclaimer. Remember, this video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute individualized financial advice. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Always consult with a licensed advisor for personal recommendations.